I think for me, I probably represent the rest of the crew. That we're tā moko, maybe not on my face, but for me, I understand it quite deeply. You know, going through the process of thinking about what to put on my skin, knowing that I want to, as a form of identity, but the right time, and whether it's on the face or somewhere, it needed to be really considered. So me growing up, I'm an 80s kid, and I grew up in the middle of central Auckland and Ponsonby's. My mum's Margy, and dad's Fijian, we got Samoan, everything all in there. So my whakapapa is a big massive fruit bowl, my mum says. My process was being really involved with Māori arts, and I decided to get a tāmoko on my leg. And a lot of that process was really around identity, sort of being this but not that, and growing up was seeing the importance of our visual language. And so when I decided to do my leg, it was about, firstly it was about, I had finished my degree. For me and my whānau, I was the first to get my degree for my family on my Fijian side. And so I'm like you, Case, I'm the eldest on both sides. So I think as the eldest mokopuna, you sort of have a sense of responsibility and become the decision makers in different spaces for your nan and so forth. So I had to think about who was going to do it, and so at that time, studying through visual arts school, I decided to get it through Rangi Kipa, because I loved his work. And so when I decided to get my leg done, contacted him. He said, yeah, sweet as, come down. And he was in Whakatane, so went down there, and in my head I thought I was just going to just do this little side of my leg. He says, get on the table, sis. I was like, yeah. I says, we'll just do this. And then I said, but you go wherever the design goes or your pattern goes. He goes, oh, you got a big leg, sister. So, I got up, and the next minute it was wrapping around my whole leg and down my ankle. But he asked about what it is that I wanted to talk about, and it was really representing my matriarchs. Not every line is a symbol, but I think it's the whole metrics of it, the whole design makes the story. And so it was matriarchs on one side, my karawa on the other side, and then I think it wraps around my ankle, and Rangi just spoke about being connected to the ground. But we were quite particular, because I gave a lot of trust to him as the practitioner. He was the tohunga. And so it was important for him to be given that mana. And so all I said was that, and I spoke to him about the importance of masi, which is the tapa patterns in Fiji. And so the fill is full of those geometric designs in that space. I too thought of tupuna, those that have gone in the process. Now, I've travelled a lot of places and really grateful for that. But what's really funny is that places that I return to, that they remember this. They remember my mark. So I remember that. So I find that quite interesting when people identify you through your mark making, your moko. Another process that I went through was this one here. This is a domo, which is a masthead at the top of our canoes in Fiji. In Moana, you see them actually when they're on there. You look at the top there, the masthead, and it's that. And so this was designed for me because I was very close to my nana, and we have a ritual that observes 100 nights, and 100 nights of certain tapu lifts. And because I'm disconnected from Fiji, not part of the diaspora space, I asked my dear friend to design this for me. And so a lot of this here was about being the firstborn of the Mokos, the masthead to guide my way through, navigate the world, you know. And so for this, on my grandmother's 100 nights, I got this done, and got it done in Cambridge by one of the bros, and he's non-Māori, you know, but even then sourcing him to relate to me, or you were drawn to your practitioner. I had to leave it up to my friends, so all my mates paid for this. My mates sourced him, my mates were there, so it wasn't I'm going to go get a tattoo, that some perceptions are, is that you go in $60 for this big, it's, you know. This was a process where I gave it up. So I think there's a different value system, definitely with Moko, much more spiritual, very much more spiritual rather than the aesthetic. Yeah, so, I mean, that's been my experience in terms of receiving my marks. Will I get a Moko kauai? Don't know. But what I do know is that if I do, it'll be designed, I'll design it half Fijian, half Māori. Would it mean that I have, you know, a bit of masi there? So those are the things that I'm thinking about. May not happen, may happen.
Only
for
you
now.
know when that time is.
Yeah. And that's what I enjoy about your kōrero is you knew.
It's your turn.
Yeah, you know.
It's your turn. Yeah.